Yeah, we back with another interesting video. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you the disclaimer. If you are a black woman who's into this lifestyle, just click off the video right now. Just leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to appreciate nothing I got to say. You know, on my channel, we got to keep it authentic. We got to keep it real. No holds barred. You know, listen, I'm not pulling no punches. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting and giving my commentary to a piece of content put out by Kendra G. Shout out to Kendra G, you know, looking beautiful as ever. I've always had an appreciation for Kendra G, but she's talking to this lady who called into her show, right? This is a lady who got kids with a white man, who was married to a white man, and now she's come to Jesus. You know what I mean? Now she want to come back home, and now she want to deal with a black man, but not any old black man. She wants a black man in the upper bracket of society, the upper echelon of society. She wants a black man at the minimum, pulling in $150,000 a year, at least. Now, I'm going to jump into the footage, and I'm going to come in between, and I'm going to interject with my commentary. Let's go.
You have any kids?
I have a daughter, yes.
How old is your daughter? Huh?
She's 5 years old.
5 years old. Have you ever been married?
I have, yeah. I was married for 7 years.
Oh, when did you get divorced?
Because men cheat.
No, okay. The question first was when, and then I guess you could tell me why. But when
that was why. When was three and a half years ago.
How'd you find out he cheated on you?
I kind of walked in on it.
No, see, that's why I don't get now. Damn it. It's one thing to cheat. How did you walk in on it? Was it in your home?
It was in our bed. Yeah. I came home early from work, and
Jesus got to be all in my body in those moments, because I would snap. Because I just feel like cheating is cheating, right? But how can you be so disrespectful to cheat in our home, in our bed? Did he ever explain that part of the disrespect, but outside of the cheating part?
Well, he explained that he was lonely for the 2 hours that I was away. Yeah.
And it made sense to him to have a woman in your bed?
It does.
They want to know, what did you do when you walked in on your husband and the other woman?
I honestly, I was paralyzed because I never thought that would ever happen. Yeah. I was, shocked because I had him on a pedestal. My entire family knows this. I spoke so highly of him. It just shocked me. And then I took his phone and basically locked myself in a car. So
you took his phone during it and you locked yourself in the car?
Yeah, because I wanted to see what was going on in there, like what else was being hidden. I didn't know. Honestly, my mind was just so flustered and such in shock that I didn't react the way any of you guys thought or think I should have.
I'm assuming they stopped. Did he try to run after you and apologize?
He did, and he was. I think he was more fearful of what I would find in his phone, to be honest.
All right, we back. Now, for those of y'all who've been following my channel for a while, you already know one of my deal breakers. Bro, if she got an affection or an admiration for the Europeans, she done. She out of here. You out of here, baby. And I never felt that was a harsh standard to have. For example, if you ask a Jewish man, would you marry a Jewish woman who had an admiration or an affection towards Nazi men, towards the descendants of the Nazis, the grandsons of the Nazis? Would you take her seriously? Would you deal with her? Would you even have a conversation with her? I'm sure a Jewish man would be like, fuck out of my face. So why is me as a black man, I'm always looked at as crazy when I say I don't deal with no chick that got an admiration for the Europeans? Why? Especially because I'm Haitian. Y'all know the history of the Haitians and the Europeans. We done went head up with the French, the Spanish, the British, the Portuguese, the American, the US Marines. We done went barrel to barrel with the Europeans. So why the fuck would I deal with a woman who has an affection for the enemy of my ancestors? Logically speaking, right? I don't think I'm crazy for holding that standard. Some people say I'm too harsh. I don't think so. And in her own words, she said she put him on a pedestal. I'm not trying to attach myself to any woman that puts any European on a pedestal. I'll be honest with you. I'm not trying to start no family with you. Not even trying to sleep with you. I'll be honest with you. Not even trying to have a conversation with you, to be honest. It's so many red flags there. It's so many red flags. For example, if you're an intelligent black man, you come from a decent family, you're making good money, she wants 150K. Don't worry, we're gonna get back into the footage. She wants 150K. A black man out here killing the game. Not only do you have a history of dealing with the Europeans. See, I'm a black man, I don't date outside my race, so I'm harsh with that standard. Not only do you have a history of dealing with the Europeans, you let a European get you pregnant like it was 1755? Like, we not in slavery no more, bro. We not in slavery no more, bro. Let me tell you this. Ladies, I told you, click off the video. You're not gonna like nothing I gotta say. You see, back during colonial times, black men didn't really have many options, right? And I'm speaking specifically as black men who were in the European colonies during the colonial period. 9 times out of 10, the woman that you married, the black woman that you married, She most likely was getting abused on the plantation since she was like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old by crusty, smelly white men. So 9 times out of 10, the black woman that you married, she had a long history of dealing with white men against her will. So you had no choice in the matter. The woman that you married, most likely 9 times out of 10, she was with white men at some point in time. And Toussaint Louverture, y'all remember I dropped a video called Letters from Toussaint Louverture to Napoleon Bonaparte. And it was revealed that Toussaint Louverture had a mixed race stepson because his wife, Suzanne Louverture, she got pregnant by the white man who owned her at the time. I believe out of the big 3 generals in the Haitian Revolution, only one had a black woman who was never with a white man before, and that was Christophe. And the reason why Christophe got that was because his wife was born free to a free black man, a free black father, and he got her early. That was his young sweetheart. So at the end of the day, Christophe was the only one who got a black woman for himself, was never touched by a white man. Now, we not in slavery no more, right? We not in slavery no more. We free now. So why are we still operating? Why are we still subjecting black men to colonial standards, right? We don't got to pick from black women who've been with white men before. We off the plantation. This is why Dessalines fought for me to not have to go through that no more. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality. And it's even more flagrant that she said she put him on a pedestal. Brother, black man out here making over $150,000 a year. Why would you ever get with a black woman who puts white men on a pedestal, bro? Just sit back and think about it for a second. What sense does that make logically? You done put yourself in a position, you out here killing the game. You're outperforming the vast majority of black men on the planet, and you're supposed to be a stepfather to a bunch of mixed race kids to some white man who probably not even on your level. Because I doubt the white man was making over $150,000. Because typically, men who date outside their race are just average Joes, regular dudes who don't got much going on, don't come from any exclusive bloodlines, don't come from any powerful families. I told y'all in previous videos, men who come from powerful families, men who come from the upper echelon of society, they tend to date within their culture, not even within their race, but within their own ethnic group. How many times you gonna see some high-powered Chinese man, some high-powered Chinese head of state, some big business leader with a woman who's not Chinese? How many times you gonna see it, bro? Even taking my country, for example, you go to Haiti. You see them powerful families, them powerful Jewish families, them powerful Arab families. They less than 5% of the population. They don't even date outside their race. In a country that's over 95% black, they avoid all the black women, go straight to the Arab woman, go straight to the Jewish woman, and they keep it inside the family because that's how powerful men operate. They're not dating outside the group like that. So her ex was some average Joe who wasn't really out here killing the game, but not a black man coming after that. He got to raise his kids, and on top of that, he got to be outperforming the vast majority of the population. What sense does that make? And you done let this man get you pregnant? What? A white man that nutted in you? Are you out of your mind? Baby, are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Are you drunk? Are you suffering from schizophrenia? Do we need to get a prescription from the pharmacy? What is happening? What is going on? Put the drinks down. Put the weed down. Anyways, let me jump back into the footage. Let's go.
This is Neslin Gemini in Texas, life insurance sales, was once married. Would you get married again?
Yes, ma'am.
She would get married again. She has a 5-year-old. She does want more kids. $150K, fellas. That's what she desires. Black men only?
I prefer African American, but my daughter's father was white.
I'm happy I asked that. So your husband was a white man.
My ex-husband, yeah.
So your ex-husband was a white man.
Yeah, European white, yes.
This is the man that you came home to. Was he in bed with another white woman?
No.
It was a black woman?
Yeah. It was a black woman, yeah.
Did you get along with his family?
I did what I had to do. Yes. They were pleasant to my face.
All right, we back. Now listen, brothers. She done put this white man on a pedestal, and she's not even 100% sure if the family even liked her or not. Bro, now as a black man who fits her qualifications, I'm highly insulted that she's even looking in our direction, brothers. Why is she looking in our direction? She got to go look at the brothers down at the corner store drinking liquor in front of the goddamn deli. Like, the black man that's out here killing the game, leave us the fuck alone, baby girl. What is wrong with you? Like, it's like they don't even take certain things into account. Like, how would I bring you home to my mother and my father? Like, hey, mom and dad, I got this, beautiful young lady here named Neslin. You know what I mean? She got a kid by a white man, and I want to take her hand in marriage, and I want to hand the family empire over to her. Man, my pops would look at me like I got 4 heads, bro. He gonna put me to the side and be like, son, what are you drinking, bro? What are you on right now? And for those of y'all who've been following me for a while, y'all remember, I put out a video a long time ago entitled, take a look up on the screen, the reason why black men stay away from Afrocentric women. And if you remember in that video, I spoke about how me personally, I stay away from the black women who seem a little too, in their aesthetics, a little too Afrocentric, a little too pro-black. For example, the lady on the screen named Neslin. You see she got the locks, she got the natural hair popping, the natural look, everything like that. You would assume from the outer appearance that she's into black men. She's probably very conscious, intelligent. You wouldn't assume this was a black woman who puts white men on a pedestal and then got married to a white man, popped out a kid for a white man. You would never assume that, right? Off first appearance if you seen her walking down the street. But in my experience, these be the main ones that be chasing after the white boys. The one with the natural hair like an Egyptian Nubian queen from the Kushite Empire. Bro, these be the main ones chasing after the Europeans 100 miles per hour. These be the main ones putting Europeans on a pedestal 100 miles per hour, bro. I'm telling you. And if y'all remember in that video, I reacted to a piece of content from TikTok. This lady said she was getting ready for a date. And she had the big black fist earrings. She had a Malcolm X jacket on, bro. She was talking about Black History Month and she was about to go on a date with a white boy. And that's when I made that video. I was like, this is the reason why black men stay away from Afrocentric women. Because we know all that shit is a game, all that shit is fake, all that shit is fraudulent, all that shit is a facade. We see right through the games, man. And be honest, brothers, ask yourself, how are you going to raise, say you have children with this woman right here. Say you choose her, you get married to her, you have kids with her. How is she going to be a proper mother to your children? How is she going to help you raise strong-minded, intelligent, proud black children when their mother has an admiration for Europeans, when their mother has a history of putting Europeans on a pedestal, when their mother doesn't even have the pride and dignity not to marry into a family that doesn't even appreciate you as a human being? How is she going to have the ability to raise your children properly? How? She can't do it. She won't be able to do it. God forbid you pass away when a child is young. We never know what life holds. God forbid you pass away in a car accident and the child is 8 years old. Is she going to be able to pick up the torch and raise your child in a proper manner? No, she wouldn't, because she doesn't have the mentality necessary to be a mother that is capable of raising strong-minded and proud black children. It doesn't happen. She got married to a white man and let him get her pregnant. That right there shows you the mentality. She don't got the mentality, man. And when Kendra asked her, do you prefer black men? She couldn't even give a straight answer. She couldn't even give a real answer. And on top of that, if she does want a black man, he got to be making $150K a year. A black man who is outperforming the majority of the male population around the world. And I guarantee her white ex was just some average Joe working at UPS or some shit, working at the post office. I guarantee he was not some high-powered businessman from an elite family. I guarantee he was just some regular schmegular average Joe. But you as the black man, you got to come in high flying with $150,000 a year. Fuck out of here, baby. Now, let's jump into the comment section. Let's see what the people had to say. This person said, I wonder what the comment section would look like if a black man had a child with a white woman and said, I'm looking to date black women now. Man, you already know what they would say. Black women, I'm telling you, when it comes to black men and white women, they become super pro-black. They become Betty Shabazz. They become Coretta Scott King. When it comes to them dealing with the European, all of a sudden, we all human beings. I don't see color. I'm part of the human race. I'm not part of the black race. I'm a human. We all humans. We all part of the same species, but it is what it is. I'm accustomed to the hypocrisy at this point, bro. I've heard it all. I've heard it all, man. I've heard it all. Anyways, let's continue. Next comment. This person said, I think any black man who decides to take this on long term should first talk to her ex-husband and find out what she really thinks about black men. You already know what the pillow talk between her and that white man was about. And that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. You see, in general, white men and black women don't have much in common, but they do have one thing in common. In most cases, a lot of them share an animosity and a hostility towards black men. He could look at her like, oh, you one of the good ones. And a lot of black women, they also feel like they're separate from black men. Like they don't feel like they're part of the black race. For example, a lot of black women talk about black men as if you're not part of our families, as if you're not our mothers, as if you're not our sisters, our aunties, our grandmothers. They talk about us like we're a separate entity, right? So they compartmentalize this like, yeah, I'm black, but I'm a black woman though. I'm different. I'm black, but I'm a black woman. So me personally, to save myself the trouble, I just don't deal with none of y'all. If you got a history dealing with the European, I just skip right over you, bro. I just skip right past you like you don't even exist, because I'm not putting myself through the trouble to find out what you really think, to find out your subconscious bias. Once you get in bed with a European, your mind is gone. Ask a Jewish man, would he take a Jewish woman serious if she got married to a Nazi and popped out a kid for him? Ask him, does he think that Jewish woman has the mental capacity to raise strong-minded, proud Jewish children? And I guarantee that Jewish man will be like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Dating the ex of a Nazi? Get out of here, man. But for some reason, if a Jewish man were to say that, everybody would understand it. Everybody would be like, yeah, that makes sense. You want to raise strong-minded, proud Jewish children. And the only way to do that is by aligning yourself with the Jewish woman who is also equally as proud in her ancestry, culture, and identity as you, in order to transmit the culture down to the children. And that would be impossible to do with the woman who admires Nazis. And it's the same way for me as a black man. The only black woman that I could be around, the only black woman that I could start a family with is someone who also has the same passion and love for her people and her culture, identity, and ancestry as me. And if she has an admiration for the Europeans, I don't know how she also could simultaneously have pride in her ancestry and her culture at the same time. Can a Jewish woman be proud of her ancestry but also admire Nazis at the same time? I don't think so, me personally. Anyways, next comment. Now this comment actually came from me on my second YouTube page. This is my music page right here. I said this: elite black men are supposed to go dig in the white man's trash can? Shaking my head, man. Like I said before, man, we not in slavery no more. We free now. We free. We not on a plantation no more. It's not 1755. Black men are no longer restricted to only marrying black women who had a history of dealing with white men. We done broke the chains of slavery. We done broke the shackles off. Our ancestors died for black men to have their own women, their own wives, who are untouched by the European. This is what we fought for, bruh. This is what our ancestors died for. You see, our forefathers had to go through that. They had to go through that, sit back, watch the European have his way with our women. But we off that. We done with that. We free, bro. We got freedom now. We are no longer in bondage. And we not going back. Our forefathers had no choice. Our forefathers had to raise a bunch of mixed race kids by the European. We not doing that no more. We not going back. We not going back to the plantation, baby. Anyways, next comment. This brother said she lifted him on a pedestal. He cheated on her in her own home. It is what it is. Next comment. This lady said, beautiful soul, feminine, natural, and cute, realistic, and I wish her the absolute best. She isn't asking for much. Why do women lie to each other so much? They just blatantly lie to each other, bro. Y'all remember that video I dropped the other day where I spoke about how when it comes to men, we keep it real with our homies, man. We keep it real. We keep it 100. If your homie says something stupid, a man is not going to hesitate to tell his friend, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You sounding dumb as hell. You sound goofy as hell. Get the fuck out, man. You sound dumb as hell. A woman is not going to talk to her friends like that. She's going to lie to them straight to their face, bro. Straight to their face just to protect their feelings. A man, we're going to keep it real. We're going to be like, bro, you goofy as hell. Don't ever say that dumb shit ever again. A woman is never going to say that, bro. Never. And yes, she is asking for too much. She's asking for way too much. It would be fine if she just wanted any old black man, right? Like, listen, I got a kid. I'm a single mom. I was married to a white man. Now I'm just looking for a black man. Just a black man who's responsible, respectful. That's all. That's cool. That'll be fine. But she wants a black man over $150,000, bro. And you got to raise my mixed race kid. Not only is she asking way too much, she's insulting black men by even offering that proposition. What kind of contract is this? Over the past few days, I've been talking about contracts and shit like that. Man, giving somebody that type of deal, what kind of deal is that, man? What kind of agreement is that? Who do you think I am? Who do you think we are? You think our parents sent us to school for 16 years, 18 years to do this shit? Fuck out of here, man. You think our parents raised us up, put in work, grinded, worked all types of long hours for us to grow up and be a stepdad to a white man's kid? Are you out of your fucking mind? Ladies, let me give you some advice. Let me give you some inside knowledge. Once you step over to that side, once you start dealing with the European, you got to understand there's a large amount of intelligent black men that will never want anything to do with you on a serious level. And you got to just accept that. Accept the fact that once I've made this decision, there are certain caliber of black men that will never want to fuck with me. It just is what it is, man. For example, if you're a man and you got herpes, you got to understand there's just certain women that'll never want to mess with you because you got herpes, bro. You got to respect their standards. You got to respect the fact that they don't want to deal with you because you got a disease. It's the same way with us, bro. You got to accept. Once you make that decision, just understand there's certain black men you will never have access to ever again once they find out. Now you can lie about it, but he'll understand by your ideologies, by the things you say and the things you do. He'll understand. And in the case of this woman, she'll never be able to hide it because she's carrying around a multiracial child. So, I mean, the evidence is right there. And this is like a felony offense because she popped out a kid for him. It's one thing to just have a one-night stand off a dating app, but she went and just popped out a whole damn kid. Dude nutted inside of her and everything. Like, this is just flagrant. Bro, $150,000? A black man? Nah. She must be talking about some different type of black men. I don't know, man. Nah, I don't know. I don't think so, bro. I think she was trolling. I think she was joking. It was April Fool's yesterday. I think it was April Fool's. Yeah, for sure. Next comment. This brother said, had a baby by a white man. Now wants a black man to take care of that pink child and makes $150,000 and apply that money to her child for the next 13 plus years of his. Black men will never be able to retire on time dealing with single mothers. Hey, man, I don't even know what to say. Brother said it all right there. Forget everything I said from a cultural standpoint, from an ideological standpoint, from a historical standpoint, from a preference standpoint, from a financial standpoint. Strictly economics, it makes no sense financially. Period, point blank. Fuck out of here. Next comment. This person said, question for the men. If you were to take on a single mother, does it matter if the children are mixed race? Are you comfortable walking around with your new wife and her kids that are obviously not yours? Well, listen, y'all already know how I feel about that, man. Y'all already know what I feel about that. Not raising no white man's kid. It's not the year 1755 anymore. It's 2023. I don't got to do that shit. Our forefathers died for us not to have to go through that shit anymore. And if you're a black man making over $150,000 a year, you're outperforming the vast majority of the male population around the world. So out of all the options to choose from, why would you willingly choose to raise a white man's kid? Like I said, our forefathers had no choice. We got choices now. We got options now. And we ain't going back, baby. We ain't going back to the plantation. But anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari Desalegn back in the building. Yes, indeed. Like, share, subscribe, Cash App in the description. And I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.